Hey guys, it's Michelle from Cozyegg, and today is Monday, October 1st, 2018, and I thought for Dark October stitching I would do a vlog. I haven't done that in a while, please excuse Tut's tail. I haven't done that in a while, so I thought it might be fun to do that. So we'll see how it goes. The first thing I wanted to share with you is obviously not Dark October stitching. This was my birthday start. This is Sarah Cipher, and I went this weekend and was able to get a frame for her. This is a 5x7 frame, and you can see she fits just about perfectly in there. I got this at Hobby Lobby 40% off. So I think it was like 12 bucks. 10 bucks, something like that. And I love it. I love how it looks. I wanted something that had a little bit of weight to it. And I think this fits the bill. So, super happy with it. Lots of reflections from the glass. But I'm excited to have this one framed and ready to go up on the wall. And since today is the first day of Dark October, I thought I would show you what I'm working on. So here's my confession. I actually started Dark October stitching yesterday. I just couldn't wait. So yeah, so I started this yesterday. This is Blacked Sky by the Primitive Needle. It's out of print, which I'm sure everybody knows by now, but it is out of print. So last year during Dark October I finished block 1 and I got to start on block 2, and block 2 is what I'm working on. So last night basically what I did was this bird, this star, and then almost all of these leaves. I think I had 2 or 3 that were there already. And I'm absolutely in love with these colors. Oh, and I did this, the brown right here on the inside of the tree. Totally in love with these colors. And I don't know about you guys, but every time, like when I'm working on a project, especially a big project, every time I get to use a new color, I get really excited about it. So last night, I got to use new colors. So I got to use Wart Frog, which is Silken Colors. And that's the color on these leaves, these kind of bright green. That's the Wart Frog. I got to use Dry Martini, which that is the color of this star and this bird. And then I also got to use my allergies are killing me. So I used Envy, which I had already used before. It's the same color that's here. That's these lighter colored ones here. So that wasn't new. Cinnamon Toast. Bailey's, that was the other one. So Bailey's is this pretty brown color, and that's the color right here on the green, on the brown. The brown on the tree. So super happy with it. I just love this piece. And I'm stitching it on the called for 40 count vintage pear by Lakeside with the called for pure palette silks and the 2 Silken Color silks. So I'm excited to work on this some more tonight, and we'll see how it goes. But I just had to share, and yeah, so I started early. Okay, step one, I went looking for my paint for the dollhouse for the staircases. So I've got flat black, but then I also have gloss black. And I think I want to do them glossy. The door, we did this flat black, I think. Yeah. I think I want to do them glossy. But now at least I found the paint. So step one, done. Step two is to actually paint. So one more thing I meant to mention, I watched Emily's Dark October planning video last night, and she was talking about some sales that she's planning on taking part in coming up, and one of those is that she and Diana, It Is Kismet Stitches, are going to do Sampler Sisters of the Thread by the Primitive Needle. I think she said November 11th. So I am lucky enough to have this chart. I've actually had it since it was released. Lisa gifted it to me. And I started this maybe 3 years ago, something like that. I think I started it when I went to the attic for that summer school that year. So here is where mine is at, not very far. I am stitching this on the called for 40 count Picture This Plus Mellow, and it's warmer than it's appearing in the video there. And I'm stitching it with the called for Weeks and Gentle Arts threads. And so the reason that I started this where I did is that you can see down here at the bottom are all of these initials. So those initials do have meaning to them. And so what I wanted to do was to have each of my sampler sisters stitch their initials on here, which is why I wanted it done for the soiree, because I was going to see several of them in person. So 3 of them stitched their initials on here. I did put an L for Lisa right above the angel, and most of the rest of the initials are stitched in various shades of green. I actually stitched hers in charcoal, Weeks Dye Works charcoal. So my plan is that once I get this finished, unless I happen to see in person some of my sampler sisters, to have them stitch their initials on here, my plan is to send this piece to each of them so that they can stitch their initials. That would just mean a lot to me. So that's my plan. At some point I'll put my M on there. I haven't done that yet, but I was more interested in kind of laying out where that bottom portion needed to be. So I'm kind of starting at the bottom and working up from there. So I may just kind of, you know, skip over this next part and work on that piece, that portion later, but I'll count up, you know, and then kind of work up from there. So that's my plan. But I was really excited to see that Emily and Diana were going to start this so that I had an excuse to get mine back out. This has actually been living in my my sugar skull bag, even though it's not technically dark October stitching or Halloween stitching. But I came across it the other day when I was looking for my dark October stuff, and I thought, wow, I really want to get that out and work on it. So that's the plan. So November 11th, it's on my calendar. Hey guys, it's Tuesday, October 2nd, day 2 of dark October stitching. And here's where I managed to get to on Blackened Sky. Not a whole lot of progress last night. I started coming down with a migraine, so my stitching was super minimal, but I'll show you what I did. So I finished up the last 2 leaves here. I think I had like this one and maybe this one to do or something. I just had like a couple to do. And then I did the 2 stars, the moon, this big star, and that's it. That's really all I got in last night. So my plan is to work on this one more day. So I'll work on it. I guess yesterday was technically day 1, right? Now I'm all confused, and I apologize, I still have a migraine, so technically as part of Dark October, I worked on this one night. So I'm gonna work on this again tonight, and then again tomorrow night. So I'm trying to kind of break my stuff up into like 3 days at a time. I was initially thinking 2 days, but I think I'm just gonna go 3 days. So I'll work on this one tonight and tomorrow night. So hopefully tonight I'll get some more progress in. Fingers crossed this migraine goes away. Hey guys, it's Michelle. It is Thursday, October 4th. This is day 4 of Dark October, and I wanted to give you an update on where I am. So, Blackened Sky, I did no stitching at all on Tuesday. I was dealing with a migraine, and I did not put in a single stitch. I still had my migraine yesterday, but I kind of forced myself to stitch a little bit just because I just needed to stitch. I didn't make a whole lot of progress though. So what I did was I stitched that big bird. That's done in Spanish coffee. And then I started the top of that big kind of tombstone memorial grave marker thing. So I started the top of that. And that's really all I got done last night, which is sad but true. But that tombstone thing, I got to use a new thread. So this one is called Whisper, and I have a helper. And so Whisper is kind of a silvery color, and it's just gorgeous, like absolutely gorgeous. So just put in a few little tiny stitches of that. So today, yesterday was supposed to be the last day that I work on this, sadly. So I had hoped to get a lot more progress on this block, but I may just have to come back and revisit this in November because I really, really enjoyed working on it again. Oh, pardon me. Really, do you have to stand on that? I really enjoyed working on this the few days that I did, so I'm anxious to get back to it. And I've seen several other people start on their Blackened Sky. I think Michelle Bendy is starting hers as well, which is cool to see. So that's it for Blackened Sky. So the next thing that I'm going to work on, Do we have to rub against the camera? Really? Really? So the next thing that I'm gonna work on is, oh my gosh, get off it. Is Halloween Fairy. Oh my gosh. Halloween Fairy. So, this is where I'm at on Halloween Fairy. And this is showing up as like really bright, and it is not this bright. It is more of a dusky kind of purple that is just not coming across. But anyway, so this is where I am on Halloween Fairy. I love how this is looking on the purple. Here are some of the threads. And Emily has been working on hers the past few days. So hers is looking really pretty as well. She's doing hers on a beautiful fabric that looks like it's about this color maybe. And she changed her green for the wings. So anyway, I'm looking forward to stitching on this. I really enjoyed stitching on this last year. And just a reminder, this is 32 count Silk Weaver Poltergeist, which was a pale kind of lavender purple that I over dyed myself with a darker purple and then with either black or pearl gray. So love the fabric a lot more now, and I'm loving how this is looking on the fabric. But again, it is not that bright. So anyway, so I am planning on working on this for the next 3 days, tonight and then Friday and Saturday. So I will report back and let you know how far I get on this. Luckily, I think my migraine has gone away, so hopefully I'll be able to get some more stitching in than I did on Black and Sky. All right, bye. And I thought I would share with you my progress on Halloween Fairy. So I've worked on her 2 nights now. Tonight will be the 3rd and final night on her, and I'm really enjoying it. So basically what I've done so far is I worked more on this dark brown down here, brought this all up and went around the edges of her torso and her sleeve. And then last night I started doing some of this fill-in. So, love it. Love how she looks. Hey guys, it's Michelle. It is Sunday. I think it might be the 7th. I think when I recorded yesterday I said it was the 5th, but I think it was actually the 6th. So today's Sunday, October 7th, 2018. And so last night was my last night on Halloween Fairy. And it was kind of a frustrating evening. I was super excited to see that Emily finished hers. And it looks beautiful, but I'm kind of frustrated with mine. So here's my problem. Well, first of all, I realized that all of this was in the wrong place, so it all had to come back out and be restitched. As I was like coming up this side, I realized, yeah, problem. So that had to be redone. My second issue is these threads. Now, I have talked before about how much frustration I have over these crescent colors slash classic colorworks slash whatever we're calling them this week threads. And when you look at them in the skein, they look like 2 different colors, right? And this is actually coming across a little darker than it really is. So those two colors are the two browns in her dress. Light and a dark makes sense. But when you get in here, you can see, so all of this is all the light color. And it blends right into the other. Some of it is lighter, but in here, you can't distinguish those two colors whatsoever, which really ticks me off. So, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do, but she's going away. Last night was my last night to work on her. She probably won't come out again this October. And I'm a little hesitant to put her away being frustrated with her, because that's usually the kiss of death. And even like the side of this bag, like this, the darker looks good, but then it gets so light that you can't even, like, it starts to blend into the dress. And the brown triangle here to show you like that this is the side of the bag blends right into the black coffee. Frustrating. I was really hoping that I would get to her wings so that I could get some other colors in here, but I just kind of came to a screeching halt last night because I was so frustrated. So anyway, that's it for her. So next up is Hello Eden. Hopefully this will not be as frustrating a stitch. And my fabric is more that color. So I will put a photo of what this looks like here. But I'm anxious to get this back out and work on it. So I'm planning on working on this, I think, for 3 nights. So I am probably going to cut this off and try to get this week's vlog uploaded. And then we'll start fresh tomorrow. Bye.